On Saturday, the 5th of August, Alexander Zinchenko is going to be hosting a very special game for Ukraine. It's going to be taking place at Stamford Bridge, raising funds to rebuild a school in war-torn Ukraine. Now, there's going to be some real legends playing in this game. Now, if you can't get down there on the day, you will be able to join us in the metaverse, where you'll be able to come through and be a part of the game. You don't need to be at the stadium. You can actually be involved. This is for a great cause. It's building a better future for the children in Ukraine. Click the link in the description right now and get involved. This is going to be big. Arsenal at the moment exploring a deal to sign Brentford's 27-year-old goalkeeper David Raya.
What do you think about that?
Which has been really, really interesting. Came out of the blue yesterday. Yeah. David Ornstein from The Athletic dropping the news. I must say, surprising to me, because I'm looking at other areas that Arsenal may possibly be looking at, maybe a cover on the right wing. Raya is a player that, you know, Mikel Arteta's been after even before he got Ramsdale. They put in a £10 million bid for Raya, which was rejected at the time. He's a top goalkeeper. A lot of clubs, I know Tottenham were interested in him, a lot of Man United. But it's that £40 million fee that Brentford, again, are demanding for a player that's only got 1 year left on his contract. I don't think there's any way.
I think he's worth it, though.
Arsenal are going to pay that. I really don't. And it surprised me because they got Ramsdale there. Raya would be coming in as a number 2, basically, but it would be a number 2 that would really, really push Ramsdale.
I don't believe.
And then on the other hand, Matt Turner, who's the backup goalkeeper at the moment, he's American international, their number 1 goalkeeper. He's been linked with a move away to Nottingham Forest. So maybe if he goes to Forest, that then opens the way up for Raya to come in. But this one's really come out of the blue for me, and I just don't think. I mean, Thomas Frank saying that, you know, Raya's worth £40 million. I think if he's got 3 or 4 years left on his contract, but with 1 year left, no one's going to pay that. So many teams have looked at him.
Could it be though that you do end up paying it because Arteta just wants to send that signal of intent for competition? Because let's not forget, Ramsdale came in when Leno was still the number 1, and he ousted him.
No,
and
that
was a 30 million signing at the time. Where people said,
ruthless
"Hold on, it's a relegation. It's a relegated."
Yeah, but he didn't have 1 year left on his deal.
Yeah, no. And Ramsdale's just signed the new deal as well. He's got 1 year left on his deal, but I'm saying, could it be a sign of intent where Arteta? You look at it. You've signed Timber. You've signed Havertz. You've signed Declan Rice. You've got quality additions where he's just like, now we're not just good on the 11 aspect. Now we've got depth. We know we're going to have Champions League. We might want to do a deep run in the Champions League. We need 2 top quality goalkeepers. I mean, it could be a good thing.
No, listen, I'm not against it. I mean, it'd be a quality goalkeeper to bring in. It's just a bit surprising for me. And as I said, Matt Turner's not a bad backup goalkeeper, even though he didn't play a lot of goals last season, games last season, but he's not a backup keeper, not a bad backup keeper.
I just don't believe in competition in goal. I really don't. I think you have a clear, undisputed first choice, which the back line believes in, and they know that is the goalkeeper, and then you have a good second choice. I think even from a Chelsea side of things, when we had Mendy and Kepa, I didn't like the whole back and forth rotation. If you've got a top world-class goalkeeper, your Czechs, your Courtois, De Gea in his prime, Alisson, Ederson, you know, wherever the top goalkeeper is, you have that as your first choice. There isn't a debate. I think the fact that there is a debate is now maybe Arsenal fans coming to the realization, they're like, oh, maybe Ramsdale isn't as good as we think he is. I'm seeing a lot in the comments, Raya's better than Ramsdale. Where was this talk when Ramsdale was playing top of the league?
Well, I'm not saying that.
I know you're not, but the fact that the narrative can just change like that. Arsenal were top of the league. They were having a near perfect season up until February. Ramsdale was part of that team, and now I'm hearing that Raya's better than him. Like Raya's 40 million to spend 40 million on someone that could be on the bench.
I don't think, as I said, I don't think Arsenal are going to spend 40 million. And as I said, you know, it says they're exploring a deal. They won't spend 40 million, but they may look at it if they do move Matt Turner on to Nottingham Forest, because Nottingham Forest, as we know, they've been trying to get Dean Henderson in from Man United. Man United want about 20 million for him. They may be looking at it and saying, well, a cheaper option might be to get in. You know, a Matt Turner, who also might let go for, like, say, a 15 million. You know, they only paid 6 for him.
And don't forget,
it could be one of those ones with dominoes
I feel like
falling to let it happen.
Goalkeepers is always like that.
Definitely with Raya, I think what they like about him is that distribution side of him. He's got a very, very good distribution.
Yeah, completed passes 61% compared to Ramsdale 65. Clean sheets 12. Ramsdale 16 in the Prem last season. I don't really think that this deal makes sense for either party. Yes, I know that Frank has put a 40 million price tag on Raya's head, but if they sell them to Arsenal for 40 mil, then they've got to go out and buy a goalkeeper who's as good as Raya, and I don't think the competition is necessary. I think Matt Turner's fine as a number.
Arsenal not going to pay 40 million for Raya.
But I just don't get where the whole thing has come from.
I just feel like it would make more sense to go with an older goalkeeper. I know you're looking for someone to play out from the back, but you look at like a Navas, or you look at Sommer at Bayern is leaving. You've got Bono at Sevilla, like someone experienced. Someone experienced. Allison. I could understand the trade-off and the balance there, but to have two youngish goalkeepers fighting for one position, it just doesn't. For me,
and again, going back to Matisse's point, I think it was 70 days ago, we saw Ramsdale announce his new contract. Has there been something happen in the last 70 days where the manager goes, actually, my 100% trust has wavered. I only trust you 80 now, so I'm going to get a second.
I don't think it's that. I just think it's what you were saying. They want serious competition for places everywhere. But I can't have a little agreement with what Matisse is saying.
Yeah, you convinced me with that. I can't lie.
Because it
gets messy.
You have one bad game and then everyone says, here,
call the other goalkeeper in, You
know what I mean? So I think we'll have to wait and see how that one develops out. But that's one of the links today. Let me do a couple of comments, by the way. There was this one that came from a Chelsea fan. Todd Miller, big Chelsea fan, he says there's some magic in the air. 12 GF v 4 GA in the pre-season versus last year's disaster. A manager that looks and sounds the part and fit players. So he's really looking forward to the season, like you, Matisse.
It annoys me how happy Chelsea fans are with Poch.
With Pochettino. Jamon's in
one step at a time.
He says, Don Robbie, it was great meeting you guys in New York City. I'm looking forward to the season. I wonder how Arteta will set up the midfield. That's going to be interesting now that it looks like definitely Thomas Partey will be staying. Big Ben says Mbappe is going to Madrid. He's silenced because of the 60 million clause that activates tomorrow.
Loyalty clause, yeah.
Right? After that, Madrid are going for him. The funds are there. So let's see how that works. And he says, he also goes on to say, Jay Mons again, says, I agree with Matisse. It's like the NFL. If you have two quarterbacks, you have none. So people are agreeing with you there, Matisse. And ZZZZZ says, Brentford have already replaced Raya with Flecken. Right, so they've already replaced him, but they are not going to get look how many teams have gone in. United went in when they had 40 million. They said see you later. So did Tottenham, so did Bayern. They're not getting that.
The thing is with Raya as well, like he's not devoid of mistakes as well. He can make errors, and you think about it. If you felt like Ramsdale maybe needed it upgraded on, then why give him a new contract, and why not go and get like the AC Milan keeper Mike Maignan or someone like top class, someone that elevates you to the next level, and then you could put maybe a Ramsdale on the bench. But I don't feel like Raya is a big enough. I don't think he's a good enough goalkeeper to really.
I do like him though.
He's good. But
I mean, United wanted him before Onana.
He's good,
but yeah, as a number one for Arsenal, or to come in and challenge the number one, I don't think it's needed, especially with how Ramsdale has kind of, really got all the Arsenal fans on his side.